Mike and AJ. We're here again to go over part 2 of our 4-part running series. Today's focus is the hip flexor. So if we want to dive into the anatomy of the hip flexor, it's going to consist of 2 different muscles. We have the psoas, which is actually going to attach here on the spine, and it's going to run down and attach here on the thigh bone at that lesser trochanter. The other muscle was called the iliacus, which is actually going to attach on the inside of this pelvis. It's going to run down and meet the psoas and attach on the same spot on that lesser trochanter. Okay? So now, the issue is, in today's society, we spend a lot of our time in the seated position. So I'm going to have Mike come over here. Just want to demonstrate what happens when we spend all this time seated. So you can see here, Mike's in the seated position. You know, we do this a lot when we're working at our desk, watching TV, whatever it may be. But you can see how that hip flexor is in a shortened state. When we do this time and time again, that hip flexor becomes tight. Okay? So now the issue when it comes to running, I'm going to have you come back up, is if we're really tight through here, we can't get that hip extended back far enough. So you're basically inhibiting that glute and hamstring from doing its full job. So to stretch this muscle, we're basically going to mimic the running stance. So I'm going to have Mike come down here into this lunge position. Okay? And so the muscle we're stretching is here on this back leg. What I'm going to have Mike do is just have a nice lunge out onto that foot here. Good. Feeling a stretch coming down through here. Okay? And if you want to get an even deeper stretch and really open that hip up, I'm going to have Mike extend his arms up to the ceiling. So you can see how we're going to get that second tension here at the spine. We're moving that backwards. And then we're also bringing that pelvis into what's called posterior pelvic tilt and getting even more mobility through that hip flexor. Well, that was part 2 of the 4-part running series. If you have any questions, comment below and we'd be happy to help.